Okay, thank you very much. This is the meeting of the Millbrae City Council, December 10th, and I promise we'll try to keep it short. Roll call, please.
It's not displaying.
It's not displaying? Okay, let's do a quick roll call.
Councilmember Pappen?
Here.
Councilmember Oliva?
Here.
Councilmember Snyder?
Here.
Councilmember Vice Mayor Holliber?
Here.
Mayor Lee?
Here.
All council members are present.
Can I ask Judge Forkham to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Good evening, everybody. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United
States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so we have some important ceremonial presentations that we would like to do before the end of the year. And the first one goes to the Magnolia of Millbrae. So it's Sherry Plumbeck. You can join me up in the front. Thank you, Sherry. I just want to, the city of Millbrae, when the community center burned down, Sherry volunteered and got the Magnolia to pitch in and sponsor the senior luncheons and many senior activities. And for that, the city is extremely grateful for your generosity. And plus, you've always been a real good partner with the city. You've given a lot to the city without being asked. And I just think that the city council and the city would just like to recognize you and the Magnolia of Millbrae for your citizenship and your contribution to the community. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. I will never forget that day. In 2016, I believe it was July the 21st, when it was on the news that the Millbrae Senior Center was burning, etc. And as usual, media was right there immediately. But how wonderful for the Magnolia of Millbrae, and certainly our single solo owner, Vincent A. Musi, to be able to invite the senior luncheon group to have their lunches there monthly. They're still coming, and I think they're still going to be coming for quite a while yet, but they love it, and I think anything we can do for the community is really a plus. So live each day. We are so fortunate to live in the city of Millbrae with such fine firefighters and certainly an outstanding sheriff's department and city manager as well, and city council. So I thank you all on behalf of the Magnolia of Millbrae. Good tidings, happy holidays, the best for 2020.
Thank you.
Mayor Lee?
Yes.
Can we,
Please.
not only did the Magnolia host the luncheons, but also the committee meetings as well. And it wasn't just a committee meeting, it was a committee meeting with warm muffins from the chef at the Magnolia. So thank you.
Okay, and another very important partnership in the city of Millbrae is the Millberry Library. And you see the Millberry librarians always, and supporters always out there in the community. And they have, if you know that they have really great programs at the library. It's the most used library in the library system in San Mateo County. And it's always busy. My girlfriend loves it there. And they always, but they always have a great group of volunteers and always looking for more volunteers. So can I have the library people come up, please?
We would also
We would also like to thank the Magnolia because we had worked very hard to pass a bond issue in the city of Millbrae, and we could not meet on any city properties during that time. And so the Magnolia let us meet every week for probably 2 years there, and they did have coffee and wonderful warm cookies. So thank you, Magnolia. And again, the library, of course, was a labor of love for the community. Thanks to the community that passed the bond and everybody that worked so hard on it. And the library continues to be a wonderful place. I'd like to introduce, I'm sure a lot of you know Susan Bianucci, but she was on our wonderful oversight committee, which was very important in building the library. Susan?
Thank you, Judy. It's quite interesting when I walked in here tonight to see so many that were on that committee. And we've...
Maybe you should stand up so people who are not committee can stand up.
Yes, please. Bob Gottschalk and, Doris. Very wonderful. You'd be quite surprised if you walked over to the library tonight. It's visit Santa Claus and have your picture taken. And Santa's sitting in front of the fireplace in the Ferris room and the way in the back of the library. But the door of children goes all the way to the front. So it's just amazing what's going on there tonight. We're so pleased with all the progress that's been made. And I'd like to introduce our co-president, Lolly, right? Yeah, Pinata.
Thank you, Susan. Well, the Millberry Library continues to be the gem of the community, and as co-president of the Friends this year, I urge you to all join us at the library, support the Friends with our book sales and fundraisers and our programming that we fund, including the Homework Center, for all ages. And we are very excited to be able to have our new manager, and I'll introduce her to you, Elise Staples. Welcome to the Millberry Library.
Thank you so much, Lolly. It's an absolute pleasure to be here, and I really hope to get to meet each and every one of you. I've been in the San Mateo County Library System for the past 7 years, but I am new to Millbrae. But I live nearby, so I like to think of it as my community. It's definitely my community now. I hope you will please come and say hello. I'm usually out on the floor, and I would just love to hear everything that you enjoy about the library and how we can continue to make it absolutely amazing. And nothing that we do could happen without our wonderful Friends group who really give us all of the ability to make the place special and amazing, as they've said, for our visit with Santa and for all the wonderful things that we do. So really, thank you for all of your work. We couldn't do it without you.
Great, thank you. And can we give it a round? This is... So, I forgot to mention that this is the 50th anniversary of the Friends of the Library, so congratulations.
We're all the same height, almost. They should pick people by height. Oh, Trent's over here. Stand on my tippy toes and then really tall. Yeah.
Right here.
Okay, so we have an illustrious resident of Millbrae. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't like me to describe, but he is. He spent many, many years on the bench representing San Mateo judicial system, and he's our own celebrity. And Judge Mark Forco, would you come on up here, please? So, the Honorable Judge Mark Forcum presided as judge in the San Mateo County Municipal Court from 1987 to 1992, and judge in the County Superior Court from 1992 to 2019. He is credited with modernizing the San Mateo County Superior Court with interactive online websites that make navigating the court system simpler. And he's made jury service less burdensome. He introduced programs teaching students about. He also introduced programs teaching students about the judicial system. And so we want to wish you the best and thank you for your service.
Well, thank you.
Honorable Judge Mark Forkham.
Thank you, Mary Lee. I don't need it. Thanks. I do want to thank Mary Lee and the entire City Council and the wonderful staff here for your kind words and recognition. I served as a judge for 32 years in San Mateo County. I've lived in Millbrae most of my adult life. I'd like to introduce my mom, Ernestine, who's lived in Millbrae for 51 years. And my sister, Julie, behind her. And both provided me with a lot of encouragement and support in my endeavors in life. And Julie's son, Friedrich, who goes to Taylor Middle School. And I thank a lot of the people in this room that helped me in my career and encouraged me and supported me and helped me try to do the right thing for the public in a number of contexts. And the last thing I wanted to say was I got my start in government work right in this very room. I was part of the Millbrae Lions, Millbrae City Council when I was a junior in high school. And I sat in the chair where Councilperson Snyder is sitting right now. That was the chair that I sat in, so I remember that. So thank you, everybody, for all your support and help over the years, and thank you for this nice recognition.
Can we have your family come up and take a picture? Yeah. Your family, with Judge Forkham's family, like to come up and we'll take a picture. Yeah,
that'd be great.
Don't be shy. It's for him.
Judge, I've heard.
How are you?
Yale Law School?
Yeah.
Very impressive.
What's that? Well, thank you.
Gina said here comes Mom. Mom will bring the picture. Yes, Mom is going to make sure that everybody.
All right, let's move over. You're getting chummy.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
All right, moving quite along, and we want to also recognize another partner who we have to work very closely together, and they've been a really outstanding community partner, and we work hand in hand in trying to not only provide all the services, but also make sure that the quality of life in Millbrae is really critically taken care of. And they also stepped in when the community center burned down that day. They opened their center, they opened many classrooms, and of course I'm talking about the Millbrae School District, and we have the members of the Millbrae School District Board of Trustees come up and receive recognition, and the Superintendent Vapor Set.
They're friendly, I promise.
Make sure. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Can we still work, Trent?
Yeah, you can scoot to the left, or my left, your right. Great.
Great, thank you. So So Frank, when's the next CPR Saturday? You have another one coming up? Next year. Okay, so Frank was the put together the CPR Saturday, and that was a great success, and hopefully will save many lives. Okay, so the last commemoration we like to do is to commemorate the Sea Cadets, and you can see they're all standing out here proudly. And the Sea Cadet program is a program with youth from middle school to high school students, and they are supported by the U.S. Navy, Marines, Merchant Marines, and Coast Guard. They're not obligated to join the services. It's just a promotional thing that the services do to introduce marine activities, sailing, and also discipline and leadership. And this group is particularly interesting because they are also band members, and they're the only Sea Cadet band in the country. So and these students here are mostly from Mills High School. And to make it more interesting, last April they went to the Cyber Patriots National Championship competition. Well, only 5%, only 0.5% of the people are chosen to go to this competition. And it's really interesting because they're a band, but yet they have very smart kids, obviously. And they all were chosen to go up and compete with other units around the country. There were 6,000 teams competing to get to this round. So we want to recognize their achievements, and they did this. They practice every Saturday for band for 4 hours, but after that they spent another 3 hours practicing the crafts of cyber defense. And so these kids are motivated, our future, and I think that the city should also not only recognize their achievements, our youth, our Boy Scouts, the Leos, Interacts, but also other units. And so they're kind of a hidden gem, and I just thought we should recognize them. Come on up, guys. Let's come up here.
Mayor?
Their leader, Ensign Ming Ikahara, stand right there, guys. Thanks, thank you. Couldn't make it. She not only does many things for the Sea Cadets, but she also teaches this unit on top of her travel. So unfortunately, she couldn't make it. So let's see. Theodore's not here. Matthew Chan.
Can you face the?
Can you? Mayor?
Yes.
Can I have a comment?
Yes, please.
Gentlemen, not to put you on the spot, but we have a gazebo that's really looking for talent to play. I hope in the springtime when the rain is gone, you'll consider playing at the gazebo for the public. I saw some shaking yes heads.
So I just want to introduce to you Matthew Chan, Dylan Hing, Nicholas Lee, Lawrence Leong, and Arkin C. Bye. So they do perform at the veterans events. They perform at the San Bruno, at the memorial event, and the veterans event. They also do the San Francisco Memorial at the Point. And they're also asked to do color guard services for Jackie Sphere's Congressional Academy Night. So and they also did color guard for all the Stanford games this year at home. So they're very busy. They play about once every month, and they're very high demand. So I think they are exceptional youth.
We need a bigger chamber.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Congratulations. Okay, so if you have homework, you can go. All right. So I have to mention that my son, Nicholas Lee, is one of the winners, and he said, "Dad, you're the mayor. Isn't that conflict of interest?"
No.
Michael, well, I don't think it's fair that if you're mayor that you get precluded from getting an award that you deserve. Thank you very much. Okay, so staff overview. City manager, please.
Yes, thank you. Good evening, Mayor, members of the City Council, and the community in attendance. My name is Tom Williams, City Manager. Just a couple of quick announcements. A week from this Friday, December 20th, we have Millbrae Goes to the Movies, and we'll be showing Grinch. It will be held at 6 p.m. at Taylor Middle School's Carolyn Chase Center. Like I said, food and games are available. The event starts at 6 p.m. with the movie starting at 7. So mark that on your calendar. We've been doing this on Friday evenings, and it's a great event for the family. Also, Central County Fire Department's Toy Drive has commenced. CCFD is hosting their annual toy drive to help ensure that children throughout San Mateo County have a gift this holiday season. There are barrels at each of the fire stations throughout the county, specifically here at Fire Station number 37, which is right next door, 511 Magnolia, and Fire Station 38, which is up on Crestview. So be sure to swing by and drop off a toy this holiday season. We're also having our second annual Millbrae Holiday House Decorating Contest. So if you see a home that is festive, or if you have decorated your home and you'd like to enter into our contest, winners will receive a $50 gift card. And if you so choose, you can use that gift card, and we will donate that to a charity of your choice. And information can be found on our website. The deadline is December 20th, and the winners will be announced on Monday, December 23rd. So it's a great, fun local event. We also are in the midst of our City of Millbrae flag design contest. So anyone that's interested in submitting a design for a new city flag, the dimension is 3 feet by 5 feet. It needs to include at least 2 colors and feature elements that represent the heart and soul of the City of Millbrae. So look on our website, and please encourage anyone that has an artistic ability or that like to provide some civic input to us to enter the contest. And lastly, since it is the rainy season, we do have our sandbags that are available for the public at 600 Millbrae Avenue, which is adjacent to the Spur Trail. The cross street on those for those sandbags is between Elder and Palm on Millbrae Avenue. So help yourself to sandbags as needed. So with that, Mayor, that concludes my presentation this evening, and then the agenda. If I may just real quickly, we do have one item on the consent calendar. It is a continued item from the November 12th City Council meeting, and it involves the street closure, parking lot closure, and fee waiver for the upcoming Lunar New Year event and parade scheduled for January 26th. That is the only item of business on the consent calendar. Item number 4 then is a reorganization of City Council for nominations of mayor and then vice mayor, and then vice mayor. Including that, we do have 3 minute community or citizen that would like to comment 3 minutes to the City Council on anything not on tonight's agenda. Once the meeting is concluded, Mayor, as you mentioned, we do have a reception over in the Charcuterie Room following this meeting.
Okay, thank you very much. Any questions for staff? No questions. Proceeding on. So we have a consent calendar. I have a motion to approve. Second. Your votes, please. Yes.
Mr. Mayor, if I may, I apologize. There is a revised staff report in your purple folder. There was just some minor adjustments to the parade route and then to the cost. The cost was actually lowered to about $600, I believe.
That's a big difference. Thank you.
Yeah.
Big difference. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
The City Council unanimously approved the parking lot and street closure as well as staffing costs and waivers for the January 26, 2020 Lunar New Year event.
All right. So on to the ceremonies for the reorganization. Just so you don't have to hear my voice all the time, I've asked the Vice Mayor to introduce our special VIP guests and dignitaries.
Okay. We have a number of dignitaries here tonight, so Maybe we can hold applause until the end to get through the list. We have our former mayor, Lou Grassberger, here.
Yeah, hi, Lou.
Actually, let's just applause as we go. All deserving of applause here. Representative of Senator Jerry Hill's office, Mark Hirschman, here. We have our former mayor, Marge Colapietro, here. We have former mayor and chair of the Sister Cities Commission, Robert Gottschalk. We have former mayor and vice chair of the Parks and Recreation Commission, Dan Quigg. We have former mayor and Sister Cities Commissioner, Doris Morse. We have from the Consul General of Japan, Kazuhiro Iryu. Just in time. Also from the Consul General of Japan, Satoru Kusuyama. Not here. Okay, in spirit. Also for the Consul General of Malta, Louis Vella. We have from the Millbrae School Board, President Lynn Ferrario. Also from the Millbrae School Board, Dennis Fama. From the Millbrae School Board, Frank Barbaro. From the Millbrae School Board, Maggie Musa. And from the school board, Don Ravello. Oh, and Mr. Oh, we also have former Mayor Janet Fogarty. Sorry, I had you on the list, but that's good. Okay. We have the superintendent of the Millbrae School District, Vaughn Fapersert. I do, yeah. We have from the San Mateo County Community College Board, Richard Holliber. We have City of Foster City Council Member Sam Hindy. We have South San Francisco Council Member Mark Nogales. We have Brisbane Council Member Cliff Lentz. We have from Supervisor Pine's office, Randy Torrios. We have from Assembly Member Kevin Mullen's office, Kevin Fong. We have retired San Mateo County Superior Court Judge Mark Forcum. We have the chair of the Millbrae Planning Commission, Anders Fung. The vice chair of the Millbrae Planning Commission, Kathy Quigg. Also from the Millbrae Planning Commission, Maureen Davis. We have from the Sister Cities Commission, Kathleen Kimura. We have from the Sister Cities Commission, Eunice Stanley. From the Sister Cities Commission, John Chang. We have from the Economic Vitality Advisory Committee, Margaret Fung. We have the Vice Chair of the Senior Advisory Committee, Rochelle Mullen. We have from the Senior Advisory Committee, Ann Jones. And also have the Chair of the, also Marlene McBride from the Senior Advisory Committee. The Chair, I believe. And then the Chair of the Community Enhancement Committee, Carol Krasilnikoff. And I hope I didn't miss anyone. Debbie Van Wert from the Cultural Arts Committee. Sorry. All right.
And Robert, technically Sister City.
Yeah, I've got them already. I think I got everyone on the list. I hope I didn't miss anyone. But thank you all for being here tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. We're very honored that everybody's here to participate in this important civic event. Okay, so it's time for my comments, and I have a few. Fellow council members, citizens of Millbrae, our important guests, city manager, and staff. As the year 2019 closes, we can reflect upon many achievements by the community, city staff, and leadership. This year's theme has been Together We Can. Many of the Millbrae's community groups and businesses in partnership with the city came together to improve the quality of life in Millbrae for everyone. All year long, several community nonprofit organizations presented their goals and achievements, giving Millbrae a flavor on how our volunteers help keep our city vibrant, healthy, and safe. So if you're inspired, you too can be a volunteer. This year was the inaugural campaign to celebrate what brings us together in Millbrae. Unity Against Hate campaign. The city, the Millbrae School District, and Mills High School all put on events to show how we can coexist in a peaceful and respectful manner. Keeping our city vibrant, we built bike lanes, paved roads, a community garden, and all with grants. We improved 4 miles of bike lanes on Richmond, Magnolia, and Broadway. Our pavement index improved 5 points, and that's a big deal. As a result of the investments of $4 million, we repaved and maintained and maintenance roads. We received $3 million grant to improve bike lanes on the east side of the city to improve access and safety to the transit station. We produced 3 concerts on Broadway to bring the community together and stimulate downtown business. We supported diverse cultures, we celebrate together, we learn about each other. I'd like to thank we like to thank the Millbrae Japanese Festival Committee and the Millbrae Culture Committee for putting on the many cultural events. We addressed the removal of trees by PG&E on Richmond Drive. We were able to add more trees and re-landscape the center medium. We have replaced and planted 120 new trees, particularly downtown and around Cappuccino High School. We built a community garden, and all of the plots are all rented out. Utility boxes were painted thanks to the efforts of the Millbrae Culture Arts Committee. Seniors gathered and get fed 3 times a week thanks to the partnership with the Senior Advisory Committee, Self-Help for the Elderly, and San Mateo County. Seniors get to exercise and meet new and old friends 3 times a week. Safety and emergency service has been enhanced with the second Bike Rodeo and Emergency Preparedness Day Fair. We banned smoking in multi-family dwellings, that's apartments. We held workshops on traffic calming, and as a result, we're adding signs, engineering structures, and other impediments to slow down traffic and keep pedestrians safe. We are addressing the BART issues, particularly with the station, with the deterioration, and also safety at the BART station. We thank our police chief, Chief Conkle, and our retiring fire chief, Ken Meyer, and we welcome our new police fire chief, Bruce Barron. Quality of life issues. We fast-tracked the construction of the community center, which depends on the construction, which depends on also the money we get from the Sierra Station and Gateway projects. So we hope to get that done quickly. The city is also working very hard to make sure that the permits are issued so they can break ground sometime in spring 2020. On the subject of the community center, San Mateo County is loaning Millbrae money based on the constructions of the Gateway and Sarah. So we definitely we have the huge incentive to get those developments built. We continue to do movies in the park with the sponsorship from the Millberry Lions Club. And Millbrae continues to address the gridlock that's caused by the changes to the rideshare, the Ubers, and Lyft. And we're keeping our eyes open to that. We created the homeless and infrastructure subcommittees to address critical issues. We need to stop the cycle of BART emptying homeless people in Millbrae. So we partnered with the Samaritan House and Life Moves to get homeless people to shelters in a respectful manner. We like to thank some of our most prominent nonprofit community groups, the Millberry Lions Club, the Millbrae Rotaries, Friends of the Library, Peninsula Chinese Business Association, the Millbrae Culture Committee, the Sheriff's Activity League, the Cub Scout Pack 355 and Boy Scouts Troop 355, the Girls Club, the Boys and Girls Club, the Millbrae Leos Club, Millbrae Interacts, Millbrae High School Green Club, and the Hep B Free Committee. Millbrae Rotary Club this year hosted the first annual Mayor's Golf Club Cup, and they raised $12,000 for the community center. Thank you very much. Likewise, the Millbrae Lions Club has been hosting monthly movies in the park and donate thousands of dollars to our community, which also includes the community center, with their annual Millbrae Machines, crab feed, which is on the 26th, and golf tournaments. Thank you, Millbrae Lions Club. We also like to thank our community business partners, AGH Management, George Lamb, Fiddler's Green, Trader Joe's, Bacchus Wine, Sun Market, Zen Peninsula Restaurant, Tai Wu Restaurant, PPQ Crab, Starbucks, Pete's, Leonardo's Deli, the Millbrae School District, and of course the Millbrae Chamber of Commerce, Lorianne Richardson. We especially want to thank the County Supervisor Dave Pine for helping us secure county loans for the community center and for his continued support for the city of Millbrae. So the economy. This is a really important issue. We need to continue to improve the retail area. And by doing that, we added Wi-Fi downtown. And you'll notice that you'll get when you go downtown, you'll see SMC Wi-Fi on Broadway and working on El Camino. And this is for the purpose of attracting shoppers and investment into Millbrae. And most of the equipment was given by the county, so we saved a lot of money there. We all worked very hard this year, and we approved the Gateway project at BART and the Sarah project on El Camino, which will bring a total of 740 market rate housing and about 200 below market rate housing, and a 600-room motel, and 500,000 square feet office space with 30,000 square feet of retail space. The impact fee, as I mentioned, is instrumental to the rebuilding of the community center. We'd like to thank the Herculean efforts of staff and the council's extra 17 meetings and the mayor's effort to ensure the process moved along. The staff is processing permits and plans applications as soon as they are received. Again, we expect them to break ground in spring 2020. Millbrae continues to is on track to build a stronger economy to pay for more services and offset the coming recession and expected new costs. Just as an illustration, I brought some props. So this represents Millbrae and their budget. We might have police service, fire service, and public works. So a lot of times what cities do is say, oh, okay, we are short, we're not getting any more money, so where all of a sudden you have to hire 4 firemen. So what are we going to do? We're going to have to take away maybe police services, and we'll just move around cash. But this is your bucket, and that's all you get. The only way we can grow this bucket, normally what we do is say, okay, let's raise taxes. Let's have a prior assessment. And this represents your household budget, okay? This is all you get. All right. So the point is, we can only go to your household so many times and tax you so many times before you cannot afford it anymore. So what is the solution? The solution is for the city council and the city to work really hard to build our economy to a bigger bucket without going to the taxpayers. So that's what we're working on, and that's what you need to understand. Millbrae is facing the annual cost of paying for additional 9 firemen and 4 police personnel to cover all the shifts due to the impending developments at Gateway and Sarah projects. The current project property taxes and hotel taxes for the new developments will not keep up with inflation. So this is where the money starts coming from your own household for taxes to pay for those services. So the future, Critically important is the count of the 2020 census, because that census affects how much money this city gets. City for roads, money for water and sewer delivery systems, safety programs, libraries, and schools. So it's really important that everybody gets counted, and that we make sure that anybody who doesn't understand how to fill out the forms, they know how to fill out, because it's all going to be online. Most of it's going to be online, and there will be few paper. There will not be much mailing going out this year, and it's only going to be in Spanish and English. And because we have a diverse community, many people will be left out. And you might want to say, well, this is a big deal. The big deal is that we lose out in money. We lose out money for our roads, for our schools, for our libraries, and critical infrastructure. So if we want to throw away money, that's the best way to do it, is not to be counted. And that data is actually not allowed by law to be shared by any other agency. So this whole citizenship question, which was deemed unconstitutional, is not on that data on that census. And not only that, but even if they cannot be shared with any other agency. So please encourage your neighbors, make sure they're counted and they know how. Also, there will also be systems in the library for people to get to access the census. Okay, so growing the economy is important because to slow down the increases in water rates, fight climate change, prepare for the big one, pay for double-digit operation costs, and build a new community center. And that's what we're trying to do. Millbrae formed the airport working group to work on economic and transportation issue. The concept is to raise business and retail revenues from travelers. The city, so that's not to be confused with the Airport Noise Committee, which is attended by Councilwoman Schneider. We are working to band together a business property improvement district to help the downtown organize and invest in their own properties, rather than asking the taxpayers to improve their property. We do these things together. So thank you very much to the city. Thank you very much to the citizens. Thank you for the staff and my fellow council members for working very hard this year to do many, many things that I think that we really were very, very efficient this year, and it's all due to everybody in this room. Thank you very much. So as personally, I just want to take the opportunity to thank you for the opportunity to represent you, the citizens of Millbrae. As I mentioned, the mayor is in charge of ensuring the priorities of the councils are addressed and processed. Nothing is possible without the council's consent, the will of staff, and the will of the citizens. Our achievements are ours, not mine, not anyone in the councils, not any one citizen. As the old adage goes, together we stand, or tomorrow, together we fall. So thank you very much for your support, and thank you for this opportunity. Okay, so I'm okay with foregoing comments about the mayor.
No, that's okay. We're gonna do it.
All right, so Council Member Gina Pepin.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your service. I have a car for you. Actually, your really son dropped off the key.
He's a really good son.
Mr. Mayor, I want to thank you. You have always been a statesman and the consummate gentleman. You have led this city and the council to great achievements, many you've listed here, and it's not always easy. Achieving a balance from different residential needs, council needs, community needs. It's not an easy job. You've done a great job on that. You are always a careful listener and strive to reach consensus. So in that sense, we were able to accomplish a great deal because of your leadership. So I thank you for that. Also, the programs, United Against Hate, these are new programs, the homeless program. These are really innovative programs that are moving Millbrae forward in a compassionate way that we greatly appreciate. What the mayor forgot to mention here is that he also represents the city of Millbrae and the region on ABAG, which is a group of, what's it stand for these days?
Associated Bay Area Governments.
That's it.
150 cities.
And he's on the governing board of that as well as other regional groups, continuing to lead us in achieving the restoration of the community center, which we hope to break ground next year in one way or another. And also, when he talks about the community there, he's been working hard on trying to develop a trade office in San Mateo County. He served willingly for many years now as the Millberry Lion, and he was also, prior to becoming a member of the City Council, the founding member of the Millbrae Education Foundation and president thereof. A PTA president. Your commitment to this community is so greatly appreciated, and you, prior to that, 28 years as an environmental engineer, both in private and public sectors. It's been such a pleasure to have you as the mayor and working with you. I want to thank you very, very much for your service.
Thank you, Councilman Pappen. You know I still have one more year left, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, all right. Okay. Anybody else? Councilwoman Oliva.
So thank you, Councilmember Pappen. She touched on everything, and thank you for touching on all of the achievements that we have been successful for in our city this year. You know, Mayor Lee, you are a true leader. You have united our city in a lot of ways that goes unseen. And I am very grateful to have been able to experience council with you, and your leadership is honorable. You're a good man, and I thank you for being a friend.
We have some open seats there.
Yeah, we do have some open seats there. Anybody? Yeah.
We won't be that.
Don't rush. That's just good. Councilwoman
I'm
Schneider.
thinking of telling all the stories from when we were in Malta together, but I'll come back to that. I want to thank you. It's been a really lovely year. Truly, it's been a great year. And I want to thank you, Mayor Lee, for creating an environment where we all work together and we all succeed together. And I'm very grateful. What a lot of us don't realize, or what the public may not realize, there's things that we have to do. We have to make sure there are police and firemen on the street. And then there are the things that we'd like to do. And after 10 years of talking about a community garden, Wayne said, let's create a community garden subcommittee. And within 5 months, we had a community garden with 41 plots, and we now have a waiting list. And so I am grateful, and I'm sure everybody growing those tomatoes out there are very, very grateful for that. You also allowed us to bring back the Bike Rodeo, which was another community event. So there's going to be a big community theme here about the activities that you may not understand are also the chance to grow community. So I thank you. Together we handed out over 300 helmets. I think it was a little bit of help of Chief Kunkel if he's here. I mean, actually, it was a team effort with that. And to see the faces of kids, even on their scooters, getting a new bike helmet, protecting them is a very great thing. The mayor not only represented Millbrae through the whole creation of Peninsula Clean Energy, but also on the executive committee. So again, there's a lot of time that you don't see that elected officials are spending behind the scenes, and you've led us very well with Peninsula Clean Energy, which is probably the #1 thing in the county for climate change. So I thank you for that. We did have a great time on the Sister City trip to Malta. My mom is in the audience. She was only 91 then, and I couldn't have made it through without Wayne helping to escort my mom through that, because, golly, they have really bumpy roads out there, and they got a lot of stairs. So I am very grateful. We had a great time, and I believe, but I may have this wrong, Wayne carried a statue down the streets of our sister city for in Mosta. Was it that, or was it the chains? They actually dragged chains, big chains, down the streets of Mosta for Easter.
I'm not going to reenact that here.
But he carried it along with the gentleman of Mosta. It's a huge Easter celebration. I encourage everyone to go to Mosta, and that's a lovely time of year to go. It's not too hot yet. And thankfully, I'm also very thankful that together we had Millbrae's very first disaster preparedness day. So with a lot of attention, Wayne also has a safety background. He's a CERT member. I will tell you, when he went through CERT training, he ties a good bandage. So if you have a stop the bleed, you want Wayne with you. He's actually very good at that. And so we had our first disaster prep meeting. And the other things that you may have forgotten, we've finally had our first series of traffic calming meetings, which is a huge thing for the city of Millbrae, and we are moving forward on parking. All of these are some pretty amazing things on there. And my favorite, Wayne created the Infrastructure and Climate Change Committee, so I am incredibly happy for that. I just want to thank you for everything, and it's been a lovely year.
And I'm very pleased that Councilwoman Schneider really supported this whole community garden, because that was a project I wanted to do for 10 years. And I'm just very happy that you came along and helped us boost that project forward. And she's been very, very instrumental in many, many projects. If you've seen the painting of the utility boxes. And I just think that it's just every one of us contributes. So I can't really take credit for everything. Oh. Okay, all right, thank you.
Very briefly, a lot has already been said, but I think, these comments really speak to your ability as a leader, Mr. Mayor, and your ability to engage all of us in trying to achieve our goals. Nothing here gets done, with one person's, with the will of one person. It's really a team effort, and I think between you and our fairly new city manager, Tom Williams, we've all worked together as an excellent team to really have a can-do spirit that I think, is refreshing here in Millbrae. You miss all the shots you don't take, right? But a lot of things that, said couldn't be done before, the Beats and Brews concert, the community garden for one reason or another. We took another look at a lot of these items and got them done this year. And I think that says a lot about you and your leadership and how well we've worked together cohesively as a council. So thank you.
Okay, so I think this is the part when people can say things about the mayor. Don't take too many pot shots. And regarding the tourniquet, I keep it below the neck, so it's fine. Thank you for all your lovely comments tonight. I really appreciate it. It's very hard. It's hard for me to take it in, but because I really think that everybody here I've worked with, everybody on this dais, and Tom, thank you for all your work this year. It's been phenomenal. I feel like we're in a spaceship going at warp speed. So thank you very much. And our city staff, Elaine, Angela, Ilana, and Key, and all of our staff. I can't remember everybody's name. I don't want to go through everybody's. And thank you, Joan. So as I said, and my partners in the county, Mayor Sam Hindi, Cliff Lenz from Brisbane, and Mark Nicholas, we all work very hard together to bring up the whole county. And you should know that this county is known for its collaboration like no any other counties. So we get a lot of stuff done, and it's emulated from all the council members too. So thank you very much, everybody. So do we have any none? Okay, so let's get to the meat of the matter. Can I like to what? Hold on. No? Oh, all right, presentation.
To show our little token of appreciation from the city, we have a gift for the outgoing mayor. There you go.
That's beautiful.
And it was flown, I believe, today at City Hall or yesterday.
That's very, very thoughtful and very considerate. Thank you. I really think you guys took some time to think about this. I really think you guys, thank you, very, very touched. You guys really were very thoughtful, and I really appreciate it. Thank you very much to everybody.
Mayor, if I may, just real quick, just thank you. Working with you, a true visionary, terrific leader. You have patience, and you have one of the biggest hearts of anybody that I've ever been able to work with. You treat staff with the utmost of respect, and I thank you on behalf of myself and all the city staff. Thank you for that. And congratulations on a great year.
I would cry, but I don't want to make my uniform, my suit all wet. So.
That's what that tourniquet's for.
Yes, the tourniquet. That's right. Okay, so let's get to the more fun stuff here. I'm going to declare the nomination open for the office of mayor. Do I have a nomination?
Presentation from dignitaries.
Do we? Oh, do we have any presentations from dignitaries? You don't have to. Thank you so much for showing up, and thank you for coming to this meeting. Okay, so Councilwoman Pappen.
Are they open?
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to nominate, can we do them both at the same time?
No, it's
Okay.
one at a time.
Reuben Holliver?
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, any other nominations? Okay, we can take a vote.
The nomination for Reuben Holliver as mayor passed by the vote of 5-0. Congratulations.
We really need an oath of office?
Yeah.
And I'd like to invite my uncle, John Vitlasil, who's celebrating his 60th birthday today, to administer the oath of office. All right.
Okay, I, Reuben Holliver.
I, Reuben Holliver.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
And the Constitution of the State of California.
And the Constitution of the State of California.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States.
And to the Constitution of the State of California.
And to the Constitution of the State of California.
That I will take this obligation freely.
That I will take this obligation freely.
Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
And that I will well and faithfully.
And that I will well and faithfully.
Discharge the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
Discharge the duties upon which I'm about to enter. Okay.
Congratulations, Mayor Holliver.
Congratulations. Okay. Thank you all. And now I would like to declare nominations open for the office of Vice Mayor.
I'd like to nominate Ann Schneider.
I second that.
Okay. Any other nominations? Okay. Let's have a vote.
Mom?
Let me announce it really quick.
We'll see if the print is big enough for either of us.
Okay. The nomination for Ann Snyder for Vice Mayor passed unanimously. Congratulations.
Here. Can we touch it? Every time we touch it, the sound goes wonky.
All right.
I, Ann Schneider,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
and to the Constitution of the State of California,
and to the Constitution of the State of California. I think we did that twice.
that I take this obligation freely.
That I take this obligation freely.
Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge.
And that I will and faithfully discharge.
The duties upon which I am about to enter.
The duties upon which I'm about to enter. Thanks, Nick. Let's get you back.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, I know it's running a bit late. I'm not going to keep you long, but just a few parting words. Sure, I can introduce my family. I have with us my wife, Amy, and my father, Richard. I have my grandmother, Laura, my uncle, John, my Aunt Lydia, my Uncle Charles, and my Aunt Heidi, and a good family friend, Patricia Flood, is here as well. And then I have my mother-in-law, Patricia Johnson, and my brother-in-law, Noah, and my sister-in-law, Amina. Okay. So thank you all for coming out tonight and for your support in me and in this council. A lot has already been said about Mayor Lee, but thank you for such an outstanding year. In the past year, we have vastly improved the BART area developments through the design review process. The Beats and Brews Downtown Concert Series was a great success. And Mayor, who has many, many ideas, has spearheaded efforts such as improving infrastructure and addressing homelessness. We have another exciting year ahead, but it will require a full team effort to achieve our goals. We all look forward to the groundbreaking of the new recreation center this summer, but we must make difficult choices to keep the project within budget. We must work with the various transit agencies to facilitate economic development around our station while improving cleanliness, safety, and station access. We must continue to develop our commercial base and seek new revenues to support public safety, infrastructure modernization, and mounting pension costs. I'm eager to work with the council, city staff, and community leaders on each of these priorities and much more in the coming year. I'd like to thank my fellow council members for your confidence in me serving my second term as mayor. I believe that we all share a common love for this community and a belief that Millbrae's best days are ahead. I look forward to working with each of you in taking that next step in realizing what Millbrae can become. We would like you all to join us for a reception in the Charcuterie Room. Let's take a short break, and we will meet you there momentarily. Thank you all, and have a great night, a wonderful holiday season, and we'll see you all in 2020. Thank you. We do, if you could just wait just one moment. We do have public comment. If anybody would like to speak on any item not on the agenda. Okay, seeing none, public comment is closed, and the meeting is adjourned. Thank you all.